What's up? This is Alex Chu, coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about how if you're a 34-year-old woman, chances are you won't find a man. You will not find a man in this era. You understand, especially during the pandemic. Okay, I'm gonna explain why. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. I'm almost 50 years old. In how many months? In what, 6 months, I'll be 50. I still look pretty good, right? Still sound pretty much the same, right? If I shave, you could. Well, I didn't shave today, but anyway, if you want to stay physically young forever, like me, you want to look like me when you're 50. LiveMuchLonger.com, LiveMuchLonger.com. Buy a pair of these rings. Had a girl who called me again, saying that she wants to get back with me, and I'm asking her, "How old are you?" She says she's 34. No, thank you. Not interested. Why? Because especially white girls. That girl's a white girl, okay? Especially white girl, they start to gain weight. They start to gain weight. Their voice start to change, you know, and their body, their height start to shrink at around 30 some year old. At around 35 or 30, 34, 35, they start to, and then their breasts start to sag. Well, she did have a breast implant, but still, breast implant doesn't make her perfect. Lots of women after they had a breast implant surgery, they have to take it off. They have to take out the implant because lots of women they experience it's called a breast implant disease. They start to it's like they have a foreign object inside their breast and it it ruined their immune system, and they start to get sick and shit, so they had it for a few years. They decided to take it out. Not because it doesn't look good anymore. It's because they feel sick all the time. So I mean, a lot of 30 some year old women, they already look very chubby. When they're like 20 some year old, they look sexy and beautiful. When they're 30 some year old, they look really chubby and disgusting looking. Especially if you had a kid or two. Well, that woman didn't have any kids, okay. But I'm talking about if you had a kid or two, oh, that's even worse. You got baggage, right? Then your vagina's a lot loose. See, it would have been okay if still easy for a 30 some year old woman to look for a man back in the days when there were no sex dolls. Nowadays any man can buy a sex doll for 700 some dollars, shipped to your door. Those TP sex dolls from China, they look just like a real woman. And one thing good about sex doll is every time you have sex with a sex doll, right? The sex doll would always make you come. Sex doll can always make you ejaculate. I had sex with my sex doll hundreds of times, okay? Well, even 1,000 times, I don't know. Ever since I got the sex doll, what, 7 years ago or something, 8 years ago? Oh no, I have like two sex dolls, so. But anyway, every time I have sex with it always make me ejaculate. And based on my memory, when I have sex with women, they don't always make me ejaculate. I ejaculate only like 1/3 of the time. You understand? It's like the other 2/3 of the time, either the woman is too loose because she had kids, or the woman is too ugly. It's unbearable. I don't want to look at her. Woman has sagging breasts, or just ugly face, or woman is too chubby. I don't like it. I don't like beer belly. I don't like beer belly on women. So if you're 30 some year old, you're looking for a man, forget it. Because these men, why don't they just buy a sex doll? You understand? See, back in the days, yes, yes. Back in the days without sex doll, you're still good at 30-some-year-old. Because you could always look for an older man. Somebody older, 45-year-old man, 50-year-old man. Because those men, they're not stupid. They know they cannot afford to marry somebody who's 20-some-year-old. Those women are too flaky. Those women would cheat on them like almost instantly. They're just marrying you for your money and they'll cheat on you like almost instantly. But nowadays, those 50-year-old man, 40-year-old man, they're gone. You know why? Because they buying the sex dolls. Because it's like fucking a sex doll is better than fucking you. You're 30-some-year-old. You start to gain weight. Even if you're gorgeous, even if you're 34-year-old, you're gorgeous, but in their mind, fuck, how long can you last? Within 5 years, you're gonna look like shit, right? Is it worth it to tuck you in, to bring you into their house, to take care of you, and then you still end up cheating on them, and then take half of their shit, half of their house, half of your shit, and especially nowadays, prenuptial, it doesn't really work. In California, prenuptial agreement is just toilet paper. It doesn't work. The woman can say, "Oh, when we signed the prenuptial, I didn't have my lawyer with me," or the woman can say, "I was pressured to sign this prenuptial," and then the court, the judge would simply toss out the prenuptial agreement. You know, so it's like, is it worth it to throw my whole life away for 30-some-year-old women? Who probably look like a big fat pig within 5 years. No, I'm serious. Nowadays, if a man really wants a woman, some man, sex doll is fun, but sex doll is not real, right? Some man wants the real thing, right? If a man wants a real thing, he'll go for somebody younger, 25-year-old or something, because hey, in their mind, 25-year-old, this woman can 25 to 40, that's at least 15 years, right? This woman would last 15 years. I would have at least 15 years of good life with this woman. When this woman reached 40, I don't know what's going to happen. She wants a divorce, or, I cheat on her, or whatever, right? Nowadays, men, they only expect the marriage to last 15, like the most, tops, 15 years to 20 years. Nowadays, marriages don't last. Most marriages end within a few years. If you're lucky, your marriage might last like 15 years. A lot of married couple, they fake their marriage. What I mean is, their marriage went south like right after they got married, right? But then they already have a kid. They already have a child or two. They stay together for the sake of their kids. They don't announce that, oh, we have already separated, or we hate each other. They don't say stuff like that. My uncle did that. See, my uncle hated his wife, hated his ex-wife. Stay with his ex-wife for like 20-some years for the sake of their kids. And then finally just couldn't take it anymore. Just say, you know what? Fuck you. I want a divorce. Finally, he just couldn't take it anymore. When his kids grow older, file for a divorce. So I don't know. So what I'm saying is, if you're 30-some-year-old, yeah, if you're 34-year-old, like the girl who contacted me saying that she wants me back, no, thank you. I spoke about her before. She's the one who called the police on me. I mean, she wanted to call the police on me unless I give her a few $1,000s. Yeah, I gave her $2,000-some. I got rid of her. After that, I never ever want her back again. Learn my lesson. Don't do that. And she has the nerve to tell me, oh, yeah, I'm 34. What's up? Hey, what's up? Are you still doing well? And yeah, she has the nerve to ask me if I'm still doing well in this economy. Hello, right now it's coronavirus. Am I doing well? Before the coronavirus, okay. Around February, March, I was still, making about $8,000 a month or something. Right now, with the coronavirus, I have to live with about like, I have to live with $4,500 a month. You know, I earn about right now. I earn about like $4,500 a month. I mean, luckily I already paid off my mortgage, so all I have to do is pay property tax. That's pretty much it. You know, but no, nobody is doing that well nowadays. I have product, but nobody wants to buy because they're poor. They don't even have money to pay rent. How can they buy my product, right? I mean, it's ridiculous, you know. And if you're 35, 34, 35-year-old woman, you think you can find a man in this economy? Hello, these men, they don't even have money to pay for themselves. Like me, I'm struggling right now. Well, I'm not struggling because just like what I said, I already pay off my mortgage, you know. So I just have property tax and you know, like utility bill, that's about it, you know. So I'm not, I don't really worry. You know, I'm just one person living in this big house. I mean, I rent a room to a friend, you know. But I don't know how many other men are like me. You know, I don't know. You know, very few. You know, but I don't know. If you're a 34-year-old woman, you thinking about looking for a good man, nah, don't even think about it. Don't. It's That's just a dream. It's not gonna happen. First of all, you're too old. 34, no thanks. Most men think you're gonna look like a big fat pig within 5 years. You know, nobody wants to live with a big fat pig. Second is just like a lot of men thinking you're 34-year old, and especially if you call the man back, you know, like you hook up with the man, like when you were younger, when you're like 20 some year old, you hook up with him, and now you want him back, man, fuck you. You're a fucking disgrace, you know. Don't even do it, man. Don't save yourself to save your face. Don't even call the man back. He's not gonna want you back. No way. You know, it's and I don't know. It's you say, oh, I'm a good woman. Don't even explain. You know, I don't care what kind of woman you are. You're not better than my sex doll. I guarantee you that. Okay, my sex doll is. I can ejaculate 100% of the time. You know, I don't like her face. I can pull out her head and put on another face. Put on another wig. I don't like her body. I want bigger boobies. I buy another sex doll. Cost me $700. I buy another sex doll. Shipped to my door within 2 weeks. Think about that. But no, men are lonely. I'm lonely. You know, I wish there's a woman around. I mean I live in a big old house. You know, I have spare rooms. I have a room or something. I wish there's a woman living inside a room. But nowadays, you know, women, they're not honest. You know, they it's like nowadays a lot of women, they love to brag on the internet. They love to brag that how they cheated on their man. They cheat on their man, right? And then they brag on the internet, calling the guy out. Oh, Dave, whatever, I cheated on you. You know, this I was reading the story. I was reading the story today. This girl like claimed that she has a girl nights out, right? And it ended up sleeping with a guy, sleeping with some other dude. And then she has like sperm all over, you know, cum. She got dry cum all over her face. And then she didn't wash off the sperm. She did not even bother to wash off the sperm. She just went home. The guy was like sitting there waiting for her to come home, saying that, where were you? How come you didn't come home last night? Obviously the guy, you know, her fiance did not even sleep for the entire night. The fiance is full of tears, you know, and then the fiance can see, you know, her face is covered with dry sperm, you know. And the fiance, oh my God, you have dry sperm all over your face. And then the girl say, oh, this is not sperm, this is just jello. You know, obviously she's making fun of the guy. She's torturing the guy, you know. The guy's crying and shit, and then eventually they broke up, and then and then the girl wrote about it. The girl used the guy's real name, make fun of him on the internet, writing about this shit. I don't see why any guy nowadays want to get into this. It's it's just, I don't see why. It's like, yeah, I have a spare room. I have a spare room in my house, but I don't want to go through that. I don't want some girl like, okay, move into my house, might call the police on me if I don't give her some shit. She might call the police on me, and then she could cheat on me anytime. Nowadays, internet is at her disposal. Contact a dude who has an 8-inch cock. You know, I only have 6 inches. The guy has an 8-inch cock. Okay, go fuck the guy. Come back with sperm on her face. Make fun of me. I don't know. This is that report that story I read. It just, oh my god, it's disgusting. It's I'm not. I don't even know if that's a real story or just some woman writing some bullshit. I don't know, but it's truly disgusting. Oh my god. But honestly speaking, that's how they treat you nowadays. Yeah, that woman who contacted me back, right? She treated me like that back in the days. Use my car. Suddenly she start to wash my car. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you washing this car? Say, oh, I have a interview today. I gotta go interview with somebody. And then of course she didn't come back until like what 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't even care. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask. I did ask her next morning, and she gave me some bullshit. Oh, the guy's a director and stuff. Thinking about film me. Cast me as some casting me in his film. Whatever. But I'm telling you now, women now they are like that. You understand? The internet is at their disposal, and there's no way you can avoid. You can't go back to the good old days anymore. In the good old days in 1930s. If you ask me, I would write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. No way. Romance is gone. Men are a lot more smarter nowadays. So anyway, just like what I said, if you're 35, 34, 35, you want to look for your man, fuck you. You don't have a chance. We're not stupid. You could look like a big fat pig within 5 years. Don't even think about it. Anyway, so hope you like my channel. If you like it, please subscribe. Thanks.